From that, the Judicial Service Commission chambers in Nairobi became a theatre of intense constitutional scrutiny today as Chief Justice Martha Koome alongside 11 other Judicial Service Commission commissioners began interviews for the position of Supreme Court judge to replace Justice Mohamed Ibrahim. The panel questioned candidates on constitutional amendments, integrity and their vision for strengthening the court, as Theo Masharia now reports.
Take this opportunity to welcome you for this interview.
The race to succeed Justice Ibrahim Mohamed, who passed away in December 2025 after over 30 years on the bench, is nearing its final stage after candidates Anwar Sheke Makori, Katwa Kigen and Joseph Sergon appeared before the Judicial Service Commission to defend their suitability to sit on Kenya's highest court.
We'll begin with the deputy.
At stake is a position that commands a monthly salary of approximately 1.3 million shillings, along with significant allowances and security detail, and the power to determine the nation's political destiny.
Earlier said,
kickstarting the grilling was former Independent Policing Oversight Authority chairperson Anne Makori.
Please relax.
Terming herself as firm and boasting of a vast experience in constitutional governance and legal practice, Makori vowed to deal with persistent challenges that have bedeviled the judiciary for quite too long.
And adequate funding affects access to justice. The other challenge probably is facing being the apex court and not being too old is the challenge of being well understood, including by lawyers. The other challenge could be that challenge of being seen as political, putting it in a very difficult situation where you have to balance accountability and independence.
In a departure from previous years, JSC allowed for real-time public feedback via a dedicated portal to allow members of the public to send their testimonials of a candidate's integrity or complaints about their past rulings.
There are people who felt that you're domineering and they said that you do not give a chance to consensus.
It is here that Makori's experience in public service, particularly her tenure at IPOA, unlocked a can of worms surrounding her conduct while in office, claims that she quickly watered down.
In terms of recruitments, I do not think there were any irregularities. The recruitment processes were open. They are subject to audit. The Auditor General audited those processes. We never got complaints on recruitments. Nobody came to audit and ask questions. We did them openly. The documents are there for anybody who would want to audit.
Justice Katwa Kigen, a seasoned legal mind who famously represented President William Ruto at the International Criminal Court (ICC), found himself navigating the treacherous waters of perceived partiality, centering on his historical professional relationship with the head of state in the case of a high-stakes petition where the president is a party.
I would be being treated differently just because of the type of the client I represented. There are measures, if anybody is concerned about my sitting in the bench and as justifiable cause, there are provisions for how that can be handled, including recusal, and I'm aware that some presidential petitions have been done with less than the totality of the 7 Supreme Court judges.
Kigen was also pressed to explain why he covets sitting on Kenya's Supreme Court barely 4 months since his appointment into the Court of Appeal.
My understanding is that I've come here for evaluation as to whether or not I'm eligible for appointment to the Supreme Court. And that eligibility is not a question of promotion, it's a question of whether I'm qualified.
Candidates were also asked to address the backlog crisis in the judiciary, where cases can linger over a decade before reaching a resolution.
And I approach this position not as an achievement, but I approach it as an opportunity to serve the people of Kenya by upholding the Constitution and by upholding the Constitution and in the development of jurisprudence.
Two other candidates, Francis Kipruto Tuyot and Abdullahi Mohamed Warsamme, will face the JSC on Wednesday.
Should I do that, Chair?
After the interviews, the JSC is expected to transmit the name of the successful nominee to President William Ruto for formal appointment by May 15th, 2026.
Because you ought to have read your letter properly.
Theo Masharia for Hope TV Newswatch.
Thank you so much, Theo, for that report. Moving on.